Nathaniel, Rateliff, and the Night Sweats, the future album review. Let's chat about it. Hey guys, what's going on? Johnny from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about the latest from Nathaniel, Rateliff, and the Night Sweats, St. Louis-based band. They've been at it for a few years now. This is their third album together, and I will just come out and say it. They are a band that I've kind of been a little hit and miss on, as well as Nathaniel's solo stuff. As a matter of fact, more of that for the most part. I've just not been into any of his solo stuff. Some of it's been pretty awful. But his debut album with the Night Sweats, their self-titled debut, I think it goes a little underappreciated. While it is certainly a lot cleaner than I usually like my old country these days, I thought that this album had some genuinely respectable nods to blues and soul. Not only that, but SOB is a very likable track. And their follow-up, Tearing Up the Scenes, I kind of thought was like in the middle of the road. It was respectable. Once again, their blend of soul and southern rock, even a little funk, was pretty solid. It was fine. It was likable, and likable enough that, I came back for a few listens. Not only that, but I thought You Worry Me was one of my top 50 singles of the year. But these new singles, leading up to this new album, have most certainly not really been for me. As a matter of fact, they're a little too sunny, and it has worried the hell out of me. Let's chat about this thing. I mean, it's not all bad. There are some genuine moments here where Nathaniel, Rateliff, and the Night Sweats once again blend the sounds of southern rock and alternative country, blues, soul, and funk, and even more. Like this album's title track, say what you will, I don't think it's that bad. It's rustic, it's soulful, it's passionate. I mean, it's nothing too wildly outside the box, especially not for these guys. And if you weren't into their music to begin with, this track's not going to be the saving grace that turns you on to their stuff. But truthfully, I can't help but sit back and enjoy how cozy this is. It actually puts me in a great mood and makes me want to listen to more of their stuff. Now, Survivor is one single here that has absolutely grown on me. It's probably the track that's grown on me the most. I mean, first hearing this tune, I thought it was the worst thing ever. But it's actually grown on me, especially with how bluesy it is. It's got a little grit to it. Like, it sounds like a genuinely decent Black Keys track. And I'm just a sucker for a great horn section. Yeah, this is pretty solid, even though it could be a little rough and tumble and a little bit more so, a little bit grittier, but still, this is fine. And honestly, I think Face Down in the Moment is the best track here. From a passionate performance stance, look no further. This track has so much heart. Not only that, but I think it's really well written. Listen, you can hate this. It's super sunny. It's got no edge to it at all, especially compared to what they were doing on their first two albums. But I get this. I like this. And like I said, some of these vocal performances, especially in the last few moments, are absolutely stunning. And Love Me Till I'm Gone is a really great track too. I love how this track is constantly shifting and just how jazzy it is. Like, if they were going to tone things down from the gritty sound of their first album, this is actually a pretty respectable new sound for the band. And once again, it is seriously soulful and heartfelt. But around the time of Something Ain't Right, I realized, you're damn right something ain't right. Mayday, we're going down. This album is not good. This track alone just churns my damn stomach. This is the garbage that I feared we were going to see a lot more of on this album. It is way too sunny. And you know what? The first few tracks here didn't have much of an edge to it, but this is so much worse. It clumsily plods along. It has no direction. Save Me. And Baby I Got Your Number is one of the worst tracks I've heard all year. It's an interesting track on paper. It's a sort of folky track. It's got some funky infusions as well, which sounds great in theory. But boy, this is one of the most arduous 3 minutes I've heard this entire year. And the fact that this is supposed to be a sort of sexy slow jam, no. They're trying way too hard and there is nothing to fall back on. I had some high hopes for What If I, especially with just how lush this horn section comes off at the intro to the track, but instantly this track loses all credibility with some really bad songwriting. It's just so bland, inoffensive, and just so freaking clean. I mean, what happened to these guys? I mean, yeah, their sound to begin with wasn't the grittiest or the bluesiest or the dirtiest of these genres. I've heard a lot of other bands, come out with a lot edgier stuff in these genres, but still, there was something likable about these guys, but so much of this album is not that. I'm On Your Side has lessened on me. I actually thought it was pretty decent at first. I thought it was passionate, and I actually thought the horn section, once again, was pretty solid. I mean, this track's probably not the worst sin committed here. Some of the funkier moments of it aren't that bad, but it doesn't stick with me. As soon as it's done, it just, fizzles out. I have nothing to remember it by. Then we have So Put Out, and I hate this. This is the kind of modern blues that anybody who has ever tried to play guitar once in their life just eats up, and like a lot of it too. And there is just zero passion here. There's no passion in sight. This is like pulling teeth. And then we have tracks like Oh I, and honestly, like, I feel like their hearts may be in the right place. I feel like I get what they were going for, but the results just aren't exciting. Some of the backing harmonies are actually really sharp and pretty much warm my soul, at least for a few minutes. But everything else here just falls flat very fast and just completely, not for me, man. Not only that, but it's way, way, way too sunny for me. But it's really frustrating because then I hear Love Don't as a finale, and I think this is actually a really great finale. It's one that goes over 5 minutes, too. This reminds me of everything I once kind of enjoyed about this band. The passion, the performances, hell, there's even a little grit to this track. It's really well wrote, too. I mean, it's easily the most catchy track here. Like, give me more of this. It's not like Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats can't write a catchy tune. This album is a disaster. There's a couple of tracks here that, remind me of what I enjoyed about these guys. The tasteful blend of modern alt country and soul and blues and funk and more. That's something that interests me from a distance. And you know what? The singles here, when they're good, they're really good. But so much of this album shows them trying way too hard and not getting the results that they wanted to at all. This album is way too sunny and inoffensive and just way too clean for me. I don't know what happened to these guys, but they need to regroup and fast. I'm feeling a light 5 on this album, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you liked the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, guys.